introspective lyrics, diving into themes of existential struggle and emotional depth, often touch on darker emotions. Today in Coneme de Miri, I'm with a post-punk, synth-pop, and new wave band from Ginebra, Lone Assembly, formed in 2023. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Of course. Glenn first, maybe.
My name is Glenn. I play guitar.
My name is Raphaël. I'm the singer and the keyboardist.
My name is Romain, and I play the drums.
My name is Jim, and I'm the bass player.
Blend a nostalgic 80s vibe with modern post-punk and synth elements. Your music draws inspiration from iconic bands like Joy Division and Interpol. How do you perceive the evolution of the post-punk and new wave genres, and where do you see yourselves within that lineage where you're forging your own unique sound?
We do have a lot of inspirations coming from the 80s. As mentioned, of course, Joy Division and many other bands like the Sisters of Mercy. And those bands back then were really the very first to craft this cold sounds, adding some more electronic elements, of course with The Cure as well. And I guess we try to take a lot from them, but adding a lot from us as well to craft our own sounds and maybe navigating through other styles like maybe more pop structures or rock and roll as well. And we do feel it as a little bit more as we do rehearsals more, the four of us, and sometimes we could have like songs sounding more like a rock songs, and that's completely fine for us. I mean, we define ourselves as a post-punk band, synth-pop and everything, but I guess in terms of purely like structure, we get a lot of inspiration from pop and rock bands as well. And maybe with time, we're gonna craft some other sounds that we don't know about yet, but we're pretty confident.
And how does each member contribute to the writing and production process? And how is working together?
So most of the time it's Raphaël coming to the rehearsal room with an idea or maybe like a structure of a song. And then we just like play on it, just trying to, see like each different part, what we can add on it for like the guitars or the drums or the bass, if we keep some electronic bass or if we put like a real like bass instrument. It's just like crafting the sound with the idea of Raphaël. And sometimes it happens that it's just like a guitar riff or a bass riff from Jim or something just like structural with only like drums and stuff from Romain. And it depends, but most of the time it's Raphaël that comes with an idea and then we just like write on it and work it like all together. So we can all put our little parts and
yeah, I guess that was the when we first started all together, that was the main our main thing. I was usually coming with a demo of something, but now that we know each other a little bit more, then we see each other a lot more as well. It's way easier for us to craft a song all together. I can just come with like I don't know, a chord progression, like a vocal line, and Romain is coming in with the drums. Glenn is having ideas like instantly with the guitar. Jim is going for the bass, and I guess it's the most natural way to craft a song. But I guess in the near future, I'm really seeing us having like all of us can add some really important elements to craft a song. And I mean, for now on, it doesn't really matter anymore who is coming in first with the idea. The very important thing is that we can craft a song from A to Z
Your debut
all together,
EP,
I guess.
That Never Happened, was released on April 19th with 5 singles, which took a few years of work, and it is described as a deeply personal project, especially for Raphaël, because of the loss of your sister, Jessica Richard. What did it mean to you all to release this album? And what's behind the name of the album?
Well, at first it was some songs that I crafted at home in my apartment. At the very beginning, I think we started with All Around Me, and that was a time when Lone Assembly didn't exist at that time, and I was reaching out Glenn to do music together because we know each other since we're teenagers, so 16, 17 years old, something like this. And at that time, we always knew that we wanted to do music together, but I guess, the path he took in his life, in his career, education, that didn't match mine. Even, the music he was crafting at the time didn't match what I wanted. And it was like, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
3 years ago. I reached out to him with the demo of All Around Me. And we started like this. The song at the his very first versions wasn't really like the one you heard. It was really more like a ballad, I would say. And as we crafted our sound together, Glenn and I, we 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 tend to to make it more like a punchy song, having inspirations from the 80s and stuff. And then yes, we really believed that we could craft a very first EP for the music we were making together. And in the process, I lost my sister, and yeah, of course, it inspired a lot of the writing process and everything about those songs. And coming in a band, Romain wasn't there at the time, but Jim was coming in, and the three of us were really passionate about this EP because they knew what it meant for me. And it was really cool working with those guys because we're all connected emotionally with this event. And then of course Romain, when he came in, I had to talk to him about the background of this EP, and he understood perfectly. And I guess we really found ourselves all together now, the four of us. And but that was of course this very first project was really personal, and now it's the time that I want to I want this those future projects to be more like something we can craft together. And but yeah, that was the very first stone of Lone Assembly, and that was a very beautiful one in my opinion. But yeah, it was really intense and a very beautiful first project for us.
Let's go now through the songs of the album. Seven Souls is the first single out of your EP and was released back in September 2023. It's a song about being caught into a toxic relationship you're struggling getting out of, ending in making the same mistakes over and over again, even if everything that surrounds it's venomous. I would like you to talk about the design of the portrait and all the details of the making of the video.
For me, it was really important to have like a very strong visual because at first it was like our first song that we were going to drop. And we already came in with the idea of the because the first cover that we have on Seven Souls is not the same that you have on the EP because it's another visual. But for me, it was like a mise en bouche, if I can say, of what the final cover of the EP were going to be like. And I really had this very strong inspiration of like all these like dark movies from like the 30s, 40s, 50s, with all this grainy and spooky dark imagery. And I always like every time I listen to one of our songs, I always have this visual in my head of like an ambivalency between like two people all the time, and I really wanted to picture that with this couple dressed like they were like in the 20s or something, with the flowers on their hair to on their heads to add this kind of like ghostly and very like dramatic figure. And yeah, that's for me. It was always important to, you know, to see how it felt for me, like the music felt for me, and to have like the visuals in my head, and to do something that was the most like appropriate to our music. And I think like all the artistic direction we were taking with Lone Assembly is very tight to the music we are making. So I really wanted to like it to sound beautiful and to look beautiful. And then for the movie clip that we did, we wanted something between like seeing us playing in this very dark room. In fact, it's funny because it's we shot this in the theater where I'm working, so it's like a small stage with like red curtain and stuff like all around. But we took the decision to put it in black and white, so it looks like we're playing like in a dark box or something. And I really wanted to have like something happening with the two characters, so that's why we mixed like the two visions of like us playing, and like the progression of the flowers growing on the hands and on the faces of the two characters. And I think it made a pretty beautiful mix. So I'm pretty happy with this first video shoot that we did with friends of us, and like many like of our friends helped us to make this possible. So that's cool. We work like as a family, and that was great. Yeah.
And All Around Me was the second single and has the most plays on Spotify, and explores the pain of love and personal demons and ghosts from the past that tirelessly hold us back. Every day seems to break me down. This is one thing you say. How do you balance vulnerability with artistic expression in your songwriting?
Well, first, my mother tongue is French, and English for me is like it's like a it's like a protection, because the very act of singing is like getting naked on a stage. It's pretty much like the same feeling, and singing in English is a way for me to express things that I feel or that I picture in my head in a more easy way, if you like. But I guess the writing process is sometimes very weird, because I usually start with a chord progression, and then I'm singing words that don't really mean something. Sometimes even full sentences, and that doesn't mean anything. But sometimes you have like a couple of words that sound pretty good, that I'm actually feeling good about singing those words in those very moments with this intensity. And I guess I'm gathering all those words, and I'm forming my themes around them, and then I can, like it's kind of a puzzle, you know. I'm placing those words in the song, and I'm like, okay, maybe I want to talk about this, or maybe I feel like this when I'm singing this song. And I try to, to grab some stuff from my past or my past relationships, the regrets and everything. And but sometimes it's also situations that I've never experienced, and I'm just picturing myself into someone I'm not living in, if you like. But yeah, so it's usually like this that I'm crafting my lyrics.
And what was the most challenging song to create on your debut EP, and why?
I think it was the very last one, I would say. Backwards,
yeah.
Because we didn't know. I think there was like maybe 6 or 7 different versions of this song. And I think it was Jim at one day he just grabbed his, acoustic guitar, and he was like, guys, maybe we just need to make it more simple, and have like maybe a darker verse. I mean, musically speaking, because it was more like the verse at first wasn't like you heard it on the EP, and he just came with those beautiful chords, and yeah, it was all natural after this, but we took a long time to figure out what to do with this song, honestly. But the other ones were we were pretty sure where we wanted to go with them. But yeah, backwards was even in the studio as well. For me to perform the song, it was more emotional. I was more vulnerable as well. Not a lot of instruments on this one, so my voice was really upfront. Yeah, it was a pretty difficult challenge, but at the end, I think we were really all proud of this song. And it's kind of a weird song to have on this EP because you get like punchy and post-punk and cold wave songs, and then at the very end you get this very acoustic track, which is like it really is like a how do you say this, like comme un ovni.
Like a UFO.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like it doesn't belong in this EP, but for us it's accurate. It's really accurate to end this EP with this track. But yeah, I think that was backwards to answer your question.
And now say each one the favorite song from the EP.
Oh, I think we all have a different.
Different,
Maybe
yes. For the reason.
I don't know the answers of the others, but
Yeah,
maybe Jim.
Yeah, Jim.
Say,
Go first.
Yeah, I think for me, it's difficult. Maybe Cut the Roses. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I have a big part.
yeah.
The best part.
Then you agree.
Important on this song. That's
Yeah.
why I think.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with Cut the Roses as well. It's a very fun track to play live. Also, I played a bit differently than on the EP because I'm not playing on the EP. It's an electronic drum, but live I played a certain way, and I really appreciate to play it. Love it.
Yeah, between it was great to have Romain coming in, afterwards, because he could really add his his interpretation of the songs with his playing style, and it was like really cool because when we play live those songs, we can really rediscover them, with Romain being like, he's a master of his instrument.
And we can remember because I've been knowing Romain from the metal hardcore scene for years now. And when I talked about him to the project, and when we did like our first rehearsal with him, and he just like took his drumsticks and just started to play, and it was so good, and we're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, we got our drummer. We're not gonna let you go. But yeah, to go back to your question, for me, I think it was definitely Seven Souls because it was the first single, and because it's in terms of the lyrics as well, it's the most bizarre songs I've ever written. I didn't write many songs, but yeah, I just love this one, and because it's the first one as well.
Okay.
Yeah, for me,
yes.
And for me, it will be like All Around Me. And I remember because I heard like the first studio version that we did about this song, and I was not sure. And then we found like this other like drum parts that we did like on it, and I was like, oh, okay, so yeah, so I was like, yeah, it's going to be my favorite song ever. So yeah.
And you have your solo at the end as well.
Of course.
Of course.
This is important as well. So now let's go to your last song. Keep This Flame was released on 27th of September and has a very dark and melancholic atmosphere inspired by a law that has gone cold. And about the woman in the video lyric, her presence under the sheet adds a haunting, spectral quality, emphasizing the lingering pain and unresolved emotions. How did this song come about?
I think it's the first song that we craft all together with Romain in the band. And I think I brought a demo during a rehearsal.
Yeah, you already had like something quite complete.
Yeah, I think I brought the demo, and Romain started to play those, this drum part with a real drum kit and with his energy, and it just made us think like, okay, this should be our next single. And then Glenn found his guitar riff on the intro and on the choruses, and yeah, I think it brought us a lot of inspiration to go forward with this song. And at first, I didn't have any lyrics. Well, I had, but as I mentioned it earlier, that didn't mean anything. So I started writing about it, and I already had this idea of beginning the chorus with "Love in Me," but I didn't know at the time what I was thinking about. But at the end, yes, as many other songs I wrote, it was about love, apparently. So, but yeah, it was a different process because the intention of the song in the singing part was really more powerful, and I released my voice a little bit more than on the EP, where I was more maybe in the background for some of the tracks, and there we really wanted to hit hard, and yeah, it was a different process, and I guess it's just a song that we love playing live.
Yeah.
I think the first gigs we did, we always opened with it because it has like this natural drive and rhythm, and it's a challenging song to sing as well. But yeah, I guess I covered pretty much everything. But
And we also wanted to have something, like we're talking about like the length of the track, because as we did like our EP first, we really wanted to hit hard with like a very like short single, so people they just can't like listen to it and listen to it, and yeah, it was like a pretty cool how can I say objectif.
target.
A target, like to
target.
start with something short and very like efficient. And I think we did like a pretty great job on this one. So this is cool.
Yeah, and again, Glenn did a great job as well and Glenn and other people, of course, but in the making of the video clip, the lyric video, because he had this idea of, again, those two characters, and Glenn knows that I like writing about two people imprisoned in something they don't feel happy about, and he had this idea of enveloping them in some kind of drape, kind of like a spider web in a sense. And you have this, you have the girl's hands on the man's shoulder, like saying like, stay with me, stay in this, weird environment, toxic relationship. And I think it was a beautiful video to cover what the song is about. And again, in black and white, because we
like this.
We like this, of course, a lot. But we decided it was more accurate to not appearing on this video clip, but for sure on the next projects, maybe we want our faces to be more visible, I guess. But yeah, it was a great song to release.
And 11,400 listeners on Spotify. Did you expect to reach such a large audience?
Of course. No. You never really know how a song is going to how a song is going to touch the people. That's very nice. But yeah, I mean, we craft the songs, the four of us in our basement, and we're like, this is awesome. I love it. But I mean, what if it's just us? What about people don't like the song and everything? And you just, I mean, I'm not the most confident in the band about releasing song. I'm always having doubts and everything, but they know that. So yeah, it's amazing to see those numbers, and even abroad. I mean, not only in Switzerland, but we have a lot of people reaching out to us coming from, you know, South America and other countries in Europe, and it's, I mean, it's amazing. We can dream more, I would say, but yeah, I mean, in my opinion, for the future I see for us, 11,000 is not enough, I would say.
And now, yes. And now a question for you all, okay? Do you overthink everything?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh yes, me.
Yeah.
Yes, being an overthinker is being a perfectionist, in my opinion. So it could be a good thing, and it could be the worst thing that you can ever feel. But for us, being an overthinker in the process of making music can be good, but you're always gonna need someone that says, okay, now stop, just, you know, stop everything you're doing. We have a track now that is good to go. We don't need to touch it anymore. Just release it. And Glenn can be an overthinker, but he can be as well the one saying, Raf, you know,
Yeah.
stop overthinking. We're good to go. And I guess all of you are like this,
Yeah, yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, and it's great because we have also like all of our friends and family and stuff supporting us with everything we're doing. So this is a big chance that we have,
It is.
and it's cool because when we get to them and make them listen like the new demos, and we're like, oh no, we're not happy about this. Like their comments and the fact that they're telling us what they're telling us just like keeps our feet to the ground and yeah, make us like just like proceed and do some cool stuff, you know. So
Yeah.
we have a very good entourage around us, so it's cool.
And how has your hometown influenced your sound and identity as a band?
Well, that's a great question here. I guess I mean, we not all come from Geneva, but we decided, the four of us, that was legit to say that Load Assembly is coming from Geneva, because we have our rehearsal room in Geneva. So yeah, it made sense. But Geneva indeed is a city with a lot of an alternative culture. Can we say that?
Yeah.
Especially one specific place in Geneva called l'Usine. It's a place that was built in the 80s, and that you know, brought a lot of bands from this period as well.
Shout out to them.
Of course, shout out to the PTR, l'Usine Genève. Great place to go enjoy gigs and everything. We hope to play there one day. We're not there yet, but we hope to play there, of course. But Geneva has a very rock aspect and underground culture that really is very, very cool. But I guess in Switzerland in general, you have also the cities like, you know, Zurich, Basel, that has, you know, the same aspect in a way. But coming in,
I would say even more in the German part of Switzerland, in the northern, around here.
But I guess in the French part, Geneva is well, Lausanne as well has a great underground culture.
Yeah, not that much, I'd say.
Not that much, yeah.
Maybe a bit more into electro and stuff like that, but yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe you're right. Yeah. But yeah, it's great. It's great to know that you come from a city that brought us a lot of great bands to see live, and we hope to be among them. Among them? You don't know? Okay. Yeah, we hope to, you know, to be one of those bands in the near future. Yeah.
And what can you tell me about the music industry in your country, in Switzerland?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Good and bad.
I can go for this one, but yeah, the music industry is not quite big in Switzerland. There are not that many big bands that are famous all around the world, all around Europe and Switzerland. Yeah, it's quite a small country, and there's not that much recognition of the artists coming from here. I mean, there are some exceptions, but Yeah, but I think this is probably something that will change in the next few years. I'm curious to see because yeah, like because loads of things are going on social media now, and I feel like this will change the music industry in I don't know, 10, 20 years. But yeah, for now, it's honestly not the best place. There are great stuff going on, but it's still quite hard to be a band from Switzerland.
What are you most grateful? What are you most grateful for?
You mean musically speaking?
Musically speaking, yes.
Musically speaking.
To
Jim,
be-
Jim,
to-
you want to go?
I think it's you're part of this beautiful band for me.
Yeah, definitely me too. Yeah, being able to play with you guys is something I'm really
That's
grateful
very
for.
Yeah.
Well, I would go for the same answer, and maybe I would say, what can I say? Being grateful about something musically speaking. Yeah, I guess that those guys can tolerate sometimes my overthinking process. It's pretty good to have, around me. It's really, really great. And I would add maybe one other thing is that something is really, really great with those guys is that it's so hard to be able to gather people around the same project and having the same ambitions. And when we talk all together about our future plans, ambitions, and stuff, we all want to achieve great things, and we all want to do it together. And it's so hard. It's really. I mean, if you think about it, gather four people in a room and try to match our ambitions all together. It's a really hard thing to do, and I'm really, really grateful that we can have this in our band, and that we're going to take decisions around this same objective in a way.
Who are you especially grateful to? Well,
My mom, I would say. I mean, she's my first supporter, so I'm kind of I must say my mom. I must say. But I guess in our little group of four, I guess the one that knows me better in my overthinking thing is maybe Glenn, because we were really involved in the mixing process with the engineer we're working with, and
Shout out to him.
shout out to
Again.
him, of course, Charlie Vela in Texas, USA. And yeah, we were really involved in the mixing process of Keep This Flame, and I wasn't really sure about the intention of the vocals and stuff like this, and he's used to it. I mean, every song I have something to say about this and this and this, and he's like, you know what, man, it's a banger. I mean, don't say anything. It's okay. We can go with this one. So
okay.
outside of our group, I would say my mom. And inside our group, I would say, I mean, I can say, the three of them. But yeah.
Who is the most restless one of all?
The most what?
Yes.
Restless.
Hinged.
Active.
If we're going for active, I would say maybe Roma.
Yeah, but within the band, I'd say you, because you work a lot on the computer, on the crafting with and stuff. But I do a lot as well because I play in other bands and I do sessions, and I'm trying to make a living out of music. So yeah, I work a lot, like different bands, but within the band, he does a lot.
And who's in charge of social media?
It's me.
It's you, no, Glenn? Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
doing. The thing is, Raphaël helps me with all the sponsoring and stuff because he's really good into it. But all the graphic design and all the posting stuff and all the artistic direction, it's of course every time I'm going to do something, I ask them, okay, do you like it? And because I like that we're like in a democracy here. When someone's not right about something, we just like talk about it and try to find some solutions. But I'm the one in charge with all the visuals and stuff.
So talk about your Swiss dates in autumn, winter, and about your live performances as well. Because in 10 days, no, in the 31st of October, you have the first concert. Yeah.
Gig will be
Next week, right?
Next week, yeah. In Martigny, is around the mountain. It's a very nice place. And after that, we have another date in Winterthur. Sorry, it's in the German part. It's
Okay.
a festival called Dark Festival.
Dark Disco Festival.
Yeah.
Shout out to Loisa, who gave us this opportunity to play there, because just one thing about her, because she reached out to us when we released just our very first single. We just had one song released, and she was the first to come to us and say, you guys, you're going to play in my festival. So shout out to her. Yeah, we cannot wait to be there.
Okay. And what can you tell me about your live concert? The people who are going to see you, what will they find?
What will they find?
Yeah.
They will definitely find different versions from our EP songs, because adding Romain to the band was a great plus to have, and his playing style was definitely something we wanted to add in our songs, because of course, as you know, most of the songs on the EP are programmed, so they are digital drums. So we're trying to mix both of Romain's playing style and the digital aspects of the percussions. And so having him drives us to, create different atmospheres for those songs. But yeah, I guess the one that changes the most would be Blue Morning. I would say we really recrafted it from the top, and it's a great song. It's a great song live. I mean, in my opinion, as I'm singing it, maybe I'm not sure, but yeah, and we are mixing those EP songs with, of course, new songs, which we are very, very proud of as well, and we are planning to release them beginning of 2025, we hope. And yeah, I guess the blend of that is really interesting, because you have this EP project that was the very first steps of our band, and now we are tending more to a more developed sounds, and it's more it's cool because the new songs are more ours than the very first songs we had on the EP. So yeah, it's a great mix, and I guess it changes a lot on the intensity and the intentions. I mean, I'm talking personally here with the singing, but I guess everyone is doing something a little bit different from what you heard on the EP, which is good, because you kind of have this different feeling about the song, and people told us that we did well to recraft some of them, so that was cool. But yeah, we're definitely a band you want to see live.
Yeah, of course.
We want to thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
Because it's the first interview we're doing all together as well, so that's really good. All together. So but yeah, thank you really for having us. We are really grateful to answer your questions, and I guess what you can expect from Lone Assembly in the future is more and more songs, more us trying to figure out what we want to do next in terms of sound, in terms of themes. Maybe one day I'm not going to talk about love anymore. That would be an idea. But that's the topic that you have not useless, but infinite things to talk about. And and yeah, we were really, I guess, really happy to answer your questions, Miriam.
Yeah,
Really.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Ron.
And I wanted to thank you too, for your time, for being here, and I hope to see you in Spain sometime in the future, in the nearest future. Yes. So a big hug for you all, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miriam. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye bye. See you soon.